I'm Grant Spolander from SA4x4 magazine. We've recently tested the FJ Cruiser. This is the Desert Cruiser model. We're just going to go through some of the interior features, starting with ergonomics. I'd have to say that it's a very spacious cabin, but the dashboard, I have bumped my knees getting in and out of the vehicle. My knees have smacked the dashboard once or twice. Same goes for the passenger. There's a bit of a outcrop over here, so you've got to watch your knees. Otherwise, headroom is excellent. The windscreen is nice and far away, so it gives you this perception of a roomy cabin. To the front here, off-road controls. It's a donkey lever, mechanical donkey lever. The action is very smooth, very easy to do. The off-road controls here for your active traction control, rear diff lock, park distance sensors, anti-skid control. They're all nicely grouped, large buttons. My biggest gripe was the 12-volt power outlet. There's only one available on the front and the back, so the whole vehicle only has one. You're going to have to use some sort of a adapter. Seating is very comfortable. Quite like the seats. Some sort of polyester material which grips you quite nicely. You don't slip around. It's a grab handle for the passenger side. Quite like this feature here with the sun visor on the side and in the front. The biggest problem with driving the Cruiser on urban commutes is visibility. Through the back window, the B pillar here is about 700mm wide, which is quite extraordinary. So when you're driving, you've got two tiny windows and a massive B pillar to see through, so it's quite difficult to see through your blind spots. You're going to have to be quite careful when changing lanes. The radio CD unit is pretty basic, but it works quite nicely. The buttons are large, very user friendly, easy to use. The dials are large. I would have liked to have seen a trip computer with regards to fuel consumption and distance to empty on the tank. That would be quite nice to know, especially for a 4-litre V6. Kind of feel like you're driving blind in terms of how far you're going to go on the tank. The steering wheel is adjustable. Nice chunky steering wheel, satellite controls, cruise control also mounted on the steering wheel. Bluetooth activation for your phone. Adjustable armrests for both driver and passenger. You just simply lift them up and then it locks into different positions, and you can reset it by going all the way up again. Center console doesn't have a lid, which I quite like, because you can quite easily dump things inside there now. Put your camera there, camera bag, bottle of cool drink. You can close. It doesn't have to close. You still got your armrest over here, so you don't need really a lid on top of the center console box. Cup holders are large. They've also got inserts here, so it's quite easy to clean dust and stones and that kind of thing out of the cup holders. Boot space isn't the best. It's not a very deep boot, but it is nice and tall and it is wide. So although it doesn't look great when you open the boot, it isn't as bad as it appears, but it obviously could be better. If the boot was any longer, you would lose a lot of that departure angle, as is the case with the Prado, which is a slightly longer vehicle. It has a slightly smaller departure angle. So there's also no carpeting. In this model there's no carpeting. It's all rubber mats, which is, in my opinion, quite a nice feature. Obviously it looks a bit sparse and utilitarian, but especially for a 450,000 rand vehicle, but it's easy to clean and you're not going to get any stains. You'll notice the doors are suicide doors, so you've got to open it from the inside. There's no handle on the outside. The back seat compartment is very sort of cramped, and there's no window. You can't roll anything down, even with this closed. It's kind of like being in a submarine, so it's not very cool. It's kind of claustrophobic. Headroom isn't bad though. Headspace is pretty good. I wouldn't like to sit at the back here for any sort of extended period of time. Desert Cruiser has a couple of features that the base model doesn't have. It's got these rock sliders here, which are the first of its kind that I've seen that are genuine, authentic rock sliders and can actually handle quite a bit of punishment. The tires as well, also nice high profile tires, so you've got quite a bit of room to deflate. And look at the engine bay. The engine bay hood is gas shock assisted, so it opens up quite easily. You'll see over here there's a nice cavity over here in the front, and there's a cavity over here which leaves you with quite a bit of space to put an air compressor or an onboard dual battery system. That's all available at most sort of 4x4 outlet stores, fitment places.